Why is it just starting? Shish, hi you guys. Welcome to my channel. We're gonna check out the Larry Holmes. You guys have requested me to check this one out, so I will do it. We've been watching him, you know, in other boxing videos, but this is specifically focusing on only him. I have a frozen banana that I'm eating on, by the way.
He's only one champion, and I pay my dues to become #1.
In trouble there. Will he get over his first round?
Larry Holmes.
Beating up everybody, 31 fights, beating Ernie Shavers, beating Kenny Norton, had Ernie out 3 to 4 times, you know?
The Easton Assassin.
Nobody in the world could beat me.
Unappreciated during his historic reign, Holmes went 48 fights unbeaten.
What a punch!
You're being pretty confident, cocky even.
I'm not cocky, Howard. I just like to talk the facts, you know, and I'm very positive. I am confident of this fight.
Measure the man, and he is really trying hard to put him away.
But he is one of the greatest in heavyweight history.
Boom! Perfect timing.
Larry got it right there. That should be the start of something big. Oh, he's out. It's over.
Finito. The endo.
Raised in Easton, Pennsylvania.
His story is not unique in boxing. He dropped out of school at 13
North, right?
for
North.
a career in a car wash.
Holmes would famously become a sparring partner
Ali?
for Muhammad Ali, helping him to mold his skills against the greatest.
Well, you know, he gave me a job in 1971. He gave me a job working with him as a sparring partner. And let me travel with him, be around him, and I was able to see how he really was. The last day was when he fought Chuck Weapon in 1975, when I got my last pay for $3,000. I said, I can't be a sparring partner no more. I got to go do my own thing. He wished me luck, and that's when I took off. 3 years later, heavyweight champion of the world.
When Holmes felt he was
Goosebumps.
ready, he left Ali's camp and pursued a career of his own.
Look at the history of Larry Holmes as a fighter. And in the very beginning, there were questions about him that haunted him throughout his career.
I wasn't supposed to be there. My legs were too small. I was just a copy of Muhammad Ali. I couldn't fight. I couldn't take it. But I proved them all wrong.
Larry to me looks like a very confident individual right now. He's very relaxed. Very relaxed.
Trainer of Larry Holmes is whipping up with that left jab.
Ali's shadow loomed large over Holmes.
Undefeated heavyweight from Easton, Pennsylvania, Larry Holmes. Those York members. Here we go.
All right, it's round one of a 10-rounder between Larry Holmes in the white trunks and Rod Bobick in the red trunks.
You notice Holmes has more speed of hand. He's a smarter boxer. I said before, Bobick was strictly a brawl.
The Ali comparisons were fair. Holmes had clearly learned a great deal from his time with the greatest.
Too slow.
Almost
That's
floored
something.
him. Bobick has never been off his feet, but he almost went that
I
time.
got goosebumps in my legs.
Well, the rope sailed. And the referee is going to stop it, and it was a fine decision on behalf of the
The end, though.
referee.
This is
And
gone.
now Larry Holmes has had
So swollen.
17 fights. He has won them all, 17. He has scored 12 knockouts. Larry Holmes proceeding along his way up the heavyweight ladder.
Don King controlled my situation.
Boo.
They had me. I fought 1 year with 6
Boo, boo.
And nobody gave me anything.
I'm Larry Holmes, the Easton Assassin. Today on ABC, I will knock Ernie Shavers out in between the 5th and the 9th round.
This is the Sports Pavilion at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. The 12-round heavyweight fight, if it goes that long, between Ernie Shavers and Larry Holmes. Ketty, the trainer and manager of record of Larry Holmes.
After a slow and steady climbing of the ranks, Holmes took aim at the big time.
He has fought nobody notable, so this will be the test. As for Ernie Shavers, he's 54-6.
Is Shavers he's the guy with the eyes, the look?
He is a puncher.
A massive test
No, maybe
against
not.
a historic
I'm mixing
puncher,
someone else.
Ernie Shavers. Shavers had gone the distance against Muhammad Ali.
Holmes. Right there, Ernie. Connected strongly with Holmes. And again, Holmes. We'll find out as the fight goes along, and if Shavers can't hurt Holmes will put him away, whether Ernie has the stamina. You see him covering up. That left is always in his face and bothering him. I think Ken said it. Holmes is in control. He's been fighting his kind of fight, and Ernie is in a little bit of trouble. And Holmes is measuring him. Has him in the corner right above him.
But like any all-time great, Larry Holmes was able to decipher Shaver's style.
Ernie Shavers left of your screen. Larry Holmes back to us. A fight that's had action from the beginning up to this point.
As the fight progressed, Holmes took command.
You're going to have to pay some attention to this kid.
This is 54 there?
Loses that left. It's almost piston-like.
How old was Larry here? Let me know.
We are about at the end of the fight. And Shavers
He holding? Bop. Holding. Oh, that was dirt. Ay, 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 ay.
Holmes secured the unanimous decision win and was now set to contend for the heavyweight title.
The winner by unanimous decision, the Eastern Assassin.
Get Donkey out of here. I'm not trying to see Donkey.
Boxing demonstration by that young man. For Holmes, an easy and overwhelming victory, and suddenly some people knew about Larry Holmes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to see
Donkey. One of the
Donkey.
greatest fights, which is totally unrecognized by most people, or at least slid over, against Ken Norton for the vacant WBC championship.
Larry Holmes could be called the emerging heavyweight. Only 28. He's been around a long time.
28,
Comes from Eastern Pennsylvania.
28.
Thus the label, the Eastern Assassin.
Ken Norton had famously broken Muhammad Ali's jaw in his monumental upset over Ali.
Ken Norton, I remember that fight as being one of the most thrilling heavyweight fights you could ever wish to see.
For what I think will be an exciting night of boxing, at the very least, in terms of the Holmes-Norton fight, which appears at the outset so unpredictable, so contrasting in the styles of the fighters, in their ages, and in their respective experience.
You did not get your shot at a world title till your 28th fight.
The fight brought out all the stars.
Let's fan over, if we can, Chet, to
Oh, he's an actor, right? He's an actor.
The sly one himself, Rocky, and he's going to make another one called Rocky 2. Now, Holmes approaches the ring.
Many wanted to dismiss Holmes as just a watered-down version of Ali.
Dude, that's
he
his
did,
name.
for much of his career, expressed that he felt he deserved more respect than he got. A lot of that was because he came after Muhammad Ali.
The WBC heavyweight champion, Ken Norton.
Holmes trying to look baleful, perhaps in the manner of the late Sonny Liston. A half sneer across the visage.
He looked like a bulldog for a second. Shush!
Holmes came out sharp.
Now the
Let's
fight's
go.
underway. First round action for the WBC heavyweight title.
Look at his
He
footwork.
bullied Norton around, beating him to the punch.
There is a redness in Norton's left eye. The left corner of the left eye already. 3 quick lefts in a row by Holmes.
I got something in my eye, but I don't want to miss anything.
Holmes dominating this fight. Kenny trying to cover. But Norton is really a troubled fighter. His movements seem jerky at this point. Larry Holmes is controlling this fight.
In the 5th, Norton connected with the right.
Right there, the best blow by Norton in the fight. He got in a stinging right.
Tough, strong, fight you all day long.
Taking hits. Ooh.
Good right fight. That overhand right by Norton. That's his hope for the fight. Clearly, Holmes, in my book,
I think I saw Dirty Dawn in the crowd.
Danny's too, and I've given Holmes every round since the second. 5 rounds to 1.
Holmes absorbed the punches, seemingly unfazed.
Holmes, so far at least, fighting a beautiful fight.
I think it was one of my finest fights.
Holmes really has developed.
Nice combo there.
Good right there by Holmes.
Nah. Listen, Holmes, he's destroying him, but this guy's taking the hits. I gotta respect him for that. He's taking the hits. He's still standing. This guy's still standing.
A tremendous round for Larry Holmes.
Nah, he's a punching bag out here.
Desperately trying to fight back.
How is he still standing?
Norton went the distance, but Holmes had beaten him handily.
Yeah, respect though.
Wow, the battle has overtaken us. Fans trying to pour over us.
Wow.
The scene in the ring is pure.
Wow. I got goosebumps all over my body. Wow.
He is now the WBC heavyweight champion
of the world.
And so Holmes acquired the crown that day.
Holmes began a streak of heavyweight dominance, beginning with Alfredo Evangelista.
That we've seen nothing in the history of Alfredo Evangelista
he looked
to
excited.
consider him in any way a serious threat to Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes is
I'll be like, you
coming
guys!
down
It's
and
about to
towards the
happen!
ring. Unbeaten with 19 knockouts, the man who arrived against Shavers and Norton.
Fighting out of Easton, Pennsylvania, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes.
There you go.
We're about ready to go for the start of this fight. Larry Holmes, an overwhelming favorite. And seemingly, he should be. And Holmes wants to make a big impression here tonight. Holmes has that long left. He uses it like a pistol.
The slow road to becoming champion had forged an incredible skill set.
Good right uppercut by Holmes. Larry Holmes. Third round. Of course, Evangelista has never been knocked out. The almost liquid grace of Mr. Holmes, who, however big he is, has twinkle toes. Round 4 underway. Oh, a good right lead by Larry. Caught Evangelista. Good combination. Scoring virtually at will. You saw that.
In the 7th round, Holmes dropped Evangelista for the first time in his career.
Well, I think Larry got it right there. That should be.
Distinct that this guy never been knocked out in his career, and look at him looking like this.
So, Larry Holmes remains
This was not
the
just
WBC heavyweight champion.
One of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time.
The knockout solidified Holmes' position atop the sport and kicked off a historic string of title defenses.
And so tonight, it will be Larry Holmes against third-ranked WBC challenger Ozzy Ocasio for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Have I heard of him? I don't know.
There is his boxing record. 9 knockouts out of 13
No losses.
victories, of course.
Okay. 13
Next,
wins.
Holmes ran into an undefeated Ozzy
Again.
Ocasio.
Dancing around in his accustomed
Yeah, we're
manner.
not trying to
Remember,
see Don
Holmes,
King.
So quick of hands, so quick of feet. Stinging left jab. His most potent weapon. Ocasio has long arms. His reach is 77, Holmes 81. The bell. The action underway.
It was a clinic as Larry battered Ocasio.
Remember Ali again. Right lead now.
Whoa.
Now Ocasio's turn. He drew a right lead, left himself wide
Oh,
open.
he losing tonight. Oh, he dropped like a...
Ocasio, 7th round.
Scoring at will, the fight looked like another
Nah, he's
dominant
done.
bout.
He's done.
He dropped it 4 times.
Ocasio shakes his head. He wants to go on. The 3 knockdown rule waived. A championship fight. Padilla lets it go on. How much more?
Nah.
Eventually, the fight was
Come
stopped.
on.
Padilla stops the fight. Finally,
If I was the ref, I'd be like, nah, you done. He's beating you.
He was so consistent. I mean, all those title defenses begs to tell you how consistent he was. To me, that was the greatest trait of his, is how steady he was.
He schooled the man called Hercules, Mike Weaver.
Yeah, we're not trying to see Don King. We're covering him.
So there it is then. The third defense for Larry Holmes of the WBC title. 6'3" there.
If not the greatest, almost the greatest left jab in heavyweight history.
The sample already of Larry Holmes. Fabulous left.
He's a lefty? He's a lefty like me?
Boxing today. What a reach he's got there. 81 inches.
He's
probably got the best jab in the world.
Steel area of Pennsylvania. What a good flurry. This is champion stuff.
You and me and boxing trainers love jabs.
He fights with heart. Like just pure.
Yeah, he definitely required a little bit of that kind of purist in order to really appreciate him.
No, this is crazy. He said pure after. You guys heard it? Nah, I know what I'm talking about here. That's crazy. I need to be on the mic. I know a little bit what I'm talking about. You guys heard it?
Tangled up with him. He can't get up. In the 11th round, he's pulled it out of the fire, it would seem.
Yeah, get him. He's done. Finito. Look at him. Come on.
Well, he got the best of the dealt.
You can barely stand. Finito. The end.
After the brutal uppercut, Weaver was saved by the bell.
He's up on his feet first, Mike Weaver.
He's letting him keep going now.
I think he can manage this round. Surely Holmes can pull it.
Yeah, we're not trying to see Don King in the background. We're really not. Ruining the whole thing. Ruining him.
Wait much longer.
Come on, ref. He's done. Done.
In the 12th round, the crowd are ridiculously protesting, in my opinion, because Weaver was just not fighting back at that stage, and there has to be compassion.
I was going so good, so strong. I was beating up everybody. 31 fights, beating Ernie Shavers, beating Kenny Norton. Had Ernie out 3 to 4 times, you know?
Larry Holmes was somehow, some way, somewhere lost in the shadow of Muhammad Ali, whom he basically succeeded.
It's a tremendous night of boxing live.
Saying that.
Man Larry Holmes. Holmes, unbeaten in 31 outings.
Holmes would take on a familiar foe.
We know.
It is Larry Holmes against Ernie Shavers, the reborn fighter he claims to be.
I recognize their faces,
and there are a lot
but
of
not the
people around here who think that Shavers may indeed take apart Larry Holmes this time. Holmes boasts that he has never come into the ring cold, and his body, now being greased up,
shiny,
looks to be superbly trimmed.
He is undefeated in his professional career. The champion, the Eastern Assassin, Larry Holmes.
There's Giacchetti, who just saw the bell for round 1.
They matching.
Ernie doesn't seem to know
same
what
shorts.
to do about Holmes. The other eye of Shavers. He's in deep trouble. And Shavers was stunned by that Holmes right. Shavers was hurt. There was a good right. There was a good right. And
Shavers looked to close out his career.
Don't even flinch.
With one final moment of glory.
You got off the floor with Ernie Shavers, one of the greatest punchers of all time. People say that he's the hardest puncher ever.
Shavers must have used all he had left to score the knockdown. Because after that...
What noise?
I don't want to know. He's going to come harder now. You know the situation. Oh, he's going to come in harder now.
Must be Holmes. From Holmes' point of view. Ernie.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay,
like Ali said, it's a tough acorn to crack.
Yes, look at that right against the left side of his face. Dave
Peeling.
Referee checking with Ernie.
Tired.
Knows where he's at. That's it. It's stopped by Dave Pearl. It's an 11th round technical knockout. Larry Holmes, the win, and still the champion, but he almost lost.
Shavers had tested Holmes again, but ultimately, Holmes prevailed.
I always tell people this about Ernie Shavers. If he didn't hit me as hard as he hit me, he didn't knock me out. I think he hit me so darn hard, my body shook and it woke me up.
Holmes wants recognition.
Respect.
That's been
I got
his theme.
goosebumps.
That's been his dream. Now Larry looks like he's going to work.
He made quick work of Lorenzo Zanon.
There's the right lead. And so it's over in the 6th round. An inglorious fight from all angles. Larry Holmes still the champion. For instance, he can pass Tommy Burns and Joe Louis in consecutive knockout heavyweight title defenses. His 33-fight winning streak
Rocky
puts him right up
Marciano,
there with some
Foreman.
of the very best. In his 5 title defenses, a total of 43 rounds, he lost only 5 rounds on all 3 judges' scorecards.
Larry Holmes, the holder of the WBC title, who beat Weaver in the 12th round when he was attacking that title, is clearly the best heavyweight in the world. It's him whom we see next now in his 6th defense of the title. It is against the number 2 ranked American Leroy Jones, who was a massive 44 pounds heavier than the champion.
Weighing 254 and 1/2 pounds, big, bad Leroy Jones. Champion Larry Holmes.
Holmes is 30 years of age, weighs
Coming in
211,
style.
appears superbly conditioned. 2 weeks ago. There's
30
the tale
here.
of the tape, the bell, the fight begins. We have gotten a
So
shocking report
fit,
from
and
Lando
just think that we are the same age. Like, I'm 29, but I'm turning 30. And
by a fan as he was
That's
leaving
me.
the
Kind of.
arena
Not really,
after
but-
the fight. Minute left to go. It's the first sign of desperation. Look at that.
Against big bad Leroy Jones, Holmes wore the larger man down.
Larry going more to the uppercut now. Jones
in the words of Customado, physicality 10%, mind 90.
and Larry throwing every...
Jones could barely lift his gloves as Holmes pounded on him.
And they're stopping the fight. And it's a good thing.
Save movement, rhythm, just...
Larry Holmes used his money to create a business empire.
In order to understand why he keeps boxing, let's forget about Marciano's record. Take a tour of the Larry Holmes empire in a small town in Pennsylvania.
Each time he fights, he takes something like $2 million home with him. He's made $45 million so far in the ring.
There's a place to park, a place to wine,
wow,
and a place to dine.
How did this age? Did it age well?
Named after my father.
If he was bothered by fans overlooking him, it was made easier to endure from all the money he brought in.
To keep up with the Holmeses, you'd have to have a swimming pool indoors, just off the living room, and garage space for at least 9 cars.
Ooh,
the toys, the Rolls
We had
Royces,
fun
the
too. We had fun
Mercedes,
too.
and custom-built Zimmers, the proof that a man has made it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
the heavyweight
Enjoy.
champion
Enjoy.
of the world.
The expected...
The hardest part is not to get it, it's to sustain it.
Next, Holmes took on Scott Ledoux in a one-sided
Ledoux?
beating.
Scott Ledoux?
Holmes masterfully counters the wild swing from Ledoux and
Ledoux?
delivers